Can you talk a little bit about the progress of where the defense has made this spring?
Yeah, so a couple weeks in, I think we've made a lot of progress in the secondary. I think we're a lot stronger in the secondary than we've been. I think our linebackers are playing better football than we played last year, with another year in the system. Up front on the D-line, I think we have a lot of competition. I think the guys are playing pretty hard, really hard. We have to be a little more disciplined in our gap integrity and our assignments at times, but I think we're playing a lot better football up front. Now, it's hard to tell because you don't know, going against the offense every day, you don't really know, we don't game plan for them, things like that. So there's things that get exposed, but that's to be had. So pleased with where we're at. I think we need to tackle better. Our pursuit angles and leveraging the football needs to be better. But in terms of effort, energy, and playmaking, I think we've really improved. So definitely encouraged.
Which players from the defense do you think have stood out to you throughout these past couple of practices?
The past couple of practices, I don't know. I hate signaling guys out, especially. I think, I don't know that anybody different has really stepped up. It's the same guys that, really it's the newcomers because you don't really, have never seen them before. You don't really know what to expect. Wendell Philord is one that has really, really stepped up his game. Coming from Kaiser, man, he's a baller and he's really, really playing well right now. So very, very pleased with him. I guess he would be one that's really started to emerge from the beginning of spring ball when he didn't know the expectations and the assignments and things of that nature. I guess he'd be one for sure. Let's see. I don't know, man. Like the other guys, it's all the new guys, but Wendell's the guy for sure that I think has really stepped up.
Coach, how convenient is it for you that you're able to pretty much bring back the four main guys in the linebacker room with Eddie, Jackson, Dez, and Jarrett Gerald?
It's very comforting to have those four guys back. They know what to expect. They know the calls. They know, they have experience set in the front, getting everybody on the same page. And man, it's like putting on an old pair of jeans. You get those guys, and I'll be spoiled for one more year with them, and then it's rebuild the room again, which is a little scary. So that's why the Zaires and the Sharquezes really got to step up and show what they can do, so we know what we'll need for next year, and then we'll have a bunch of young guys coming in. So very, very happy with that group, man. They're fun to coach. They're fun to be around. They're good football players, better people. Couldn't be happier with them. I wish we had them for a couple more years.
As for the secondary, you got Kazir, Philip Dunham, and a lot of other guys in the secondary just stepping up as incoming guys. What have you seen from them in particular that have really stood out, sparked your?
Well, the new guys, again. Not only Wendell and Phil and Bugs, but Lawrence Johnson. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm going to leave somebody out, which I hate to do, but all the new guys have really stepped into their role, accepted where they fit in, accepted their teammates. They're meshing well together. And again, I've said it numerous times in here, the coaching from Brandon Harris, Derek Gibson, Jordan Helm, and Colin Spencer back there, those guys have really built a solid unit, and they believe in each other. They've grown together with each other. So to watch them mesh has been pretty cool to watch, and I got high hopes for the fall from that group. So very happy with them.
Coach, in general, it seemed like it was very calculated when you ran the blitz last year. Is that kind of like your philosophy on the blitz?
Yeah, I mean you blitz or don't blitz based on it's the blitzer, not the blitz, right? So, if we had better blitzers, we blitz more. If we have better cover guys, we blitz more. We'll see kind of how we evolve into the fall, how much the blitz game will be part of what we do. If you can't cover, you can't blitz, right? And if you can't blitz, then you're wasting your time hanging cover guys out to drive. So we'll see how we evolve throughout the fall camp and into the season and how we're playing in games. But I'd like to blitz more than we did last year for sure.
Go.
Okay.
You mentioned all the familiarity in the linebacker room.
Mhm.
Armani's a guy who's back here for his senior year. Can you talk about his progression a little bit with, I don't know exactly what you can mention specifically with injury, but that, and then also what he could provide next year, maybe if it's not on the field, but off the field, or both?
Sure, yeah, Armani's, obviously he's played a lot of football. Only got to see him play in 2 games and 1 series last year, so that was disappointing, but he brings experience. You'd like him to be, he was a captain, so obviously he's a leader. I'd like him to be a little bit more vocal, whether, if he's on the field or if he's on the sideline coaching up that group and being another leader there. But he's got experience, he's a good football player, everybody loves him. He's coming back, he's practiced every practice. He's got to get back to full speed and trusting, his leg from the injury and being more of a factor, honestly, making plays. Because there is a lot of competition in that room. So I'm hoping he'll continue to take those steps to do that in the fall.
Frank, you need anything from Roc?
No, a little Rock, but I don't.
Enjoyed the spring. That's if you have.
I have enjoyed the spring. It's been good. I enjoy it. This is actually my first time ever being in the same offense for a second year in a row. I'm always which is actually cool. I feel a lot more comfortable in the spring, not learning a new system for the first time. I think this is the most I've understood the game as far as protection, picking up blitzes, coverages that I ever have. So, confident. It builds confidence within me. So, I'm just looking forward to just the future, what's to come. Every day's a grind, obviously, but that's what you gotta love if you're gonna do this. You gotta love the process. That's what makes everything worth it in the end.
Michael, you've kind of been OG in that locker room now. Cam's new. Tyreek, he's been here for a couple of years now, but it seems like he's taken a step up this offseason. Just talk about the locker room in general, how you guys have been getting along, and maybe what you've noticed from some of the other guys and yourself, really, development-wise.
It's wild. I think everything we do as far as development, the way where our operation goes, and that's credit to Coach Fry, Coach Herman. It just helps people come along a lot faster. Obviously, a guy like Tyreek, other guys in the locker room, you Cam, the guys with Cam kind of picked it up pretty quick because obviously the process and the way they go about things, but it's also the work they put in outside of football, and it means something to them. So they're studying at night, they're drawing up plays, they got their progressions in their notes and things like that to where they can come in and operate. So that's actually nice to see, and the whole room's like that too. And as far as the team goes, culture is crazy. It's a lot different. It's fun to be around. It's great. I've seen a lot of different kind of team personalities and everything over the last 4 years. I think this is the most positive it's ever been, and it's amazing to be around. It's exciting. You wake up at 5:30 in the morning, excited to come in and be here and be around people who you care about and truly want to work with. So that's what I have to say about that.
Mike, last year was obviously big for you for 2 reasons. One being a comeback season because you went through some injuries prior to 2023, and then 2, you finally got to show the coaches what you're capable of doing throughout the course of a regular season. How do you look back on last year, and how do you plan on building off of that this year?
I think last year was kind of just the start for me. I obviously struggled with certain things, but I've known, in my head, I've known what I was capable of. It was just a part of showing and getting an opportunity. It's crazy. I don't know if everyone works this way. With the way I am, having a little bit of success I had last season, it kind of I wouldn't say scares me, but now I'm well, I can't. Last year can't be a fluke. I can't come next year and then I just do nothing. So that's what drives me and my work ethic every day to make sure that this year upcoming is better than the past, so I can, have an upcoming year to be proud of.
Obviously, last year today, coaches used you a lot during red zone situations when you guys were close to the end zone and were in need of a touchdown. Do you expect any of that to remain the same, at the very least a little bit, heading into next season and throughout spring ball?
I do. From talks I've had with the coaching staff, I think that is the plan. If not, then I'm just here to just do whatever is asked of me. I see, last year I returned kicks at times, and was running down on the gunner. So I love football. So whatever they ask me to do, I'm not gonna say no. Like obviously, whatever they do, whatever they think is best for the team, I'm gonna take part in. So.
Mike, there's a ton of newcomers in the offense. How have you enjoyed playing alongside them, or some of the guys that need to take a step up this year to fill some spots from last year?
It's definitely different. Guys like LeJontay Wester, Jaquan Bird, guys who I was in the offense with, who I was around for the last 3 years. It's kind of weird not seeing them around. The guys coming in, they're great though. They're hungry. They're definitely studious when it comes to the plays. They're on it. They work hard. They're great personalities. So it's been a blast. It's crazy though being like the old guy in the locker room. I just remember I see so much of myself in people and some of the younger guys. Like when I was 19 or 18, when I was a young guy, and I used to look at the older guys kind of as like showing me the ropes, and now I'm kind of in that kind of space to kind of show the others that.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you. Great.
Talk a little bit about your transition to Paradise and how you're finding the team here and work. You can look straight ahead.
Okay. So, you said talk about my transition from Florida State to FAU.
Or just the area, the community.
Okay, so with that being said, so like honestly, to be real, like Florida State was like I love the school and all, but like just the transition to Boca from like just being in Boca, like I can say I love the community. You know, I love the people that's out here. You know, people are very nice, friendly, and it's like just the team. Also, the team is like a brotherhood. You feel me? Like the competition we do at practice every day. We compete with each other every day. We make each other better, and it's just like the team. The team is like a brotherhood. So they make me feel at home. They make me feel welcome, even though I'm like 30 minutes away from home because I'm from Miami Gardens. But they still like this team. Definitely, I love it.
Before you transferred, you obviously got to witness Florida State go undefeated in the regular season and win the conference championship. How would you describe that overall experience of seeing that winning success and trying to bring that over to FAU to help them have a winning culture of their own?
Definitely. So just seeing Florida State go 13-0, winning conference champs, doing all that, it was great to witness that. You know, it was unbelievable because I couldn't believe that I went undefeated. But all honesty, I can't say I went undefeated because I didn't go out there and go play. I didn't go put the work in. I ain't go start. I ain't go do none of that. So I can't say that. But like with that just being said, like bringing that mentality, that type of grind, that type of hustle, that type of commitment into FAU locker room, like that's what me and CJ definitely gonna do. Like we trying to bring a winning program. We trying to win a bowl game. We trying to be conference champs. So to do that, like we gotta be committed. Like this can't be a coaches led team. It's gotta be a players led team. Like we gotta be the ones that step up and say like, hey, young boys, like it can't be like this. Like we gotta do something better. Like the coach shouldn't have to tell us hey, we need more intensity. Nah, the players should bring that. It should be a player-led team and just honestly just listening to your coach and just being committed to the process and believing in the process no matter what.
For potential new starters on this offensive line this year, how have you guys been gelling as a unit, and is there something you guys are trying to work on specifically, or is it just overall improvement?
Definitely. So you know, I'm coming in. I'm not used to Mamas. I'm not used to his tendencies. I'm not used to the way he play. I'm not used to like if he does something different. I'm not used to none of those tendencies. So like with that being said, it's just like building chemistry with the O-line, like being on that same level. Like the quarterback call a play, me and Mamas just look at each other like, yo, okay. You feel me? Like that's the type of chemistry we need to build. But I could just say like, just coming into the O-line room, like I love it. Like I love the people that's in there. I love everybody that's in there. You feel me? It's a brotherhood in the O-line room. But with that being said, we just got to keep building chemistry, and it's definitely going to be it's definitely going to be like that. Like we definitely going to be good this year.
Has Coach Warner talked to you about any specific positions on the O-line, or specifically where you're going to be looking to play at?
Nah. At this moment, I'm at right tackle. You feel me? That's what Coach Warner want me to be at. That's where my feet at, you know, and that's where I'm comfortable at. So definitely, right tackle is the spot.
How is it for you playing from right or playing on left? Do you have versatility playing both, or are you more comfortable on the right?
Oh, definitely. I got versatility. I can play left tackle or right tackle. It really don't matter to me. You know, wherever I need to be at, I definitely play it. We need to help the team win. We need to, you feel me? I play left or right. It don't matter to me.
you obviously have familiarity with CJ Campbell, who also joins you over from Florida State. How is it like having that connection with him and seeing him join you in playing for the Owls?
Oh, definitely. So, me and CJ, that was my boy at Florida State, blocking for CJ. When we both was on scout team, blocking for him, seeing CJ run, like we call CJ SRT. It's the reason we call CJ SRT. It's a fast car. CJ is very fast. CJ is very fast. So, just CJ being here, like, me and CJ talked about this already. I already asked CJ, when CJ took his official visit to FAU, I was like, CJ, how you feel about the school? He's like, nah, I'm gonna commit. So I'm like, say less, I'm finna go out there, I'm finna come out, I'm finna take my OB there too. So I told my OB, so me and CJ was like, let's lock it, let's do it. So, just having CJ in the locker room, definitely, because it's like, that's my brother from Florida State. So I already know how CJ is. I know how CJ runs. I know his chemistry. I know what CJ needs to be successful. Like, make holes for CJ. CJ is going to hit it and go score. That's it. So having CJ here is definitely a blessing. You feel me? Because now, like, I'm not here by myself. I got somebody with me that's pushing me every single day, and I'm pushing CJ every single day.
And what area are you and the other guys in the offensive line looking to improve on the most, and as you progress through the second half of spring ball?
Definitely. So I'd say the area that me and the guys need to improve on most is probably just communication. You feel me? Not being afraid to talk, not being afraid to say, not being afraid to say the play. Like, okay, so what the D-line know the play? It's football. Like, who's better at that point? We just need to improve the communication. Like, once we're not afraid to talk, like, I believe, like, this O-line gonna do something deadly this year. Definitely.
Is there any challenge from an offensive lineman's perspective of the offense in general? There's a lot of QB mobility, a lot of rollouts, and just a lot of different motion and stuff. Is that ever complicating to you guys?
Honestly, not really. Like, just knowing, like, just say, like, the concept of the play, like, it's outside zone. So we know the ball here and the outside, so backside A to B. You feel me? Just being in the right position, being in the right space, like making sure your butt turned this way so the running back have a clear cut. Like, just knowing where the QB gonna roll out to. You feel me? Like, knowing where I gotta protect away from my hip. So just knowing, like, little things like that, tips and tricks when it comes to the offense, it could definitely improve the run game and pass game way more. You feel me? Because we got Cam, a left-handed quarterback. I'm his blind side. You feel me? So whenever I know, like, we got a play call and I know Cam rolling that way, okay, I need to make sure that nobody comes from this side and hit him because he's going to be right there, not looking this way. So once we learn where the ball's going to be hitting, learning where the quarterback can set up and throw the ball, we're gonna do something special.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Because you're a veteran in a group that had a lot of guys come in, and a lot of guys that you were in their shoes at one point. You don't have to hold it.
Right.
How have you tried to help in their transition, and what do you see out of the defensive backs?
On the field, just with the young guys, just giving them opportunities, like, to just learn. Like, one thing I can say about the DB group from this year to last year, we're more closer. Like, we watch film on our own. We just try to coach up everybody. Like, we try to make our weakest link our strongest link, so we can all be the best. And just for our young guys is just don't make the mistakes that the older guys are making. Just learn from our mistakes so they don't have to repeat the same thing.
One of the things that we've heard over and over is the difference with, like, Coach Harris taking over and being more vocal at practice, and talk about young guys. None of you guys outrun him at practice. What does his energy level bring for you guys?
Coach Harris gonna get it out of you every practice, no matter what. Like, if we down, he gonna bring it up. Like, his juice is like unmatched from any coach I ever been coached by, any DB coach I've been coached by. He a great coach. He gonna push us hard. He push us to be better. He loves that we compete against each other. He wants us to compete just to bring the whole group level up. But his energy's out the roof.
You obviously had a pretty big role in the secondary throughout the course of last season. How have you used that experience to help mentor the younger players and knowing what to do and what not to do in the secondary?
Mainly, the experience is not on the field, it's more off the field for the young guys, because on the field it's just do your plays, look at your keys and stuff, but off the field it's just about being a student athlete, going about it as being a man every day and just staying out of trouble and keeping your face clean with everybody on campus. So, yeah.
You're a versatile guy. You played a lot of different spots in the secondary last year. Has Coach Roc or your position coaches talked to you specifically about a specific spot you're going to play, or are you going to kind of move around?
right now I'm at boundary corner, but I'm still learning the whole defense, everything from nickel to safety, free safety, boundary safety. So whatever the team needs, I do.
Building off of last season, what area in your game are you looking to improve on the most throughout the spring?
For me, it was my eyes. My eyes got me in bad positions a lot, and then just my tackling fundamentals, and then just going hard every play, no matter what.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tebow.